Hello, my crafty friends. Thank you for joining me today. I have a quick little video. I don't think this will take very long. It's a cute little 4th of July little treat bag. Isn't that cute? I wanted to come up with something for the holiday, but I didn't have any stamps that specifically said 4th of July. So I was able to cobble something together. I think it's a lot of fun, and I'm going to show you how to make this cute little, this pinwheel, which, you can just attach to the topper for the bag, or you could attach it to a pencil and have it spin. You attach it just to the eraser, or a straw or something, but I just wanted to attach it to this little topper. So let's go ahead and get started. So what you will need is a piece of designer series paper. Again, we didn't have something specifically for the 4th of July, but this is really cute. It's got the right colors in it, doesn't it? This is the Timeless Plaid 6x6 DSP. And I just cut it into 3x3. So if you wanted a larger pinwheel, you could use the whole piece of the plaid paper, the 6-inch, but I wanted something small, so 3x3. And here's the other side. So both sides will show. And then this is a piece of thick basic white, and it is cut at 4 1/4 by 3 1/2, and it's scored on the short side at 1 3/4, so that I can just fold that over as a bag topper. And so we'll go ahead and start with our stamping. Let me bring in a little piece of scrap paper for you. I am going to use Misty Moonlight and Real Red because, well, red because it's 4th of July, and Misty Moonlight because that is the color in the paper. But actually, before I do that, we have to do the 4. So I die cut this little 4 for the 4th, and he or she is from the Birthday Celebrations dies. They've got all these great numbers that are really kind of cute. So I thought, well, there you go. And then they've got the TH, so 3rd, 2nd, 4th, and the happy. So that's where those stamps are from. And then I don't have fireworks, but this Round We Go stamp set, which is currently on the last chance list, so it's discounted. That's the little sparklers where I got that from. So I wanted to do the 4th first. I kind of have it, as you can see, it's kind of over to the side. So I'm going to start with the TH over here. So I'm going to just kind of line it up with my number 4. There we go. And then the happy will be down here. I'll glue that in later. I want to do all my stamping first. So I just kind of randomly went around and stamped. I did really stamp. Probably should have done the red first. I don't know. I don't think it matters. I didn't feel like this needed to be super accurate. It's just kind of fun. I don't want my colors to overlap. So if you want to be real precise, you could go back and forth. But I also didn't want to accidentally put the colors ink, like if I went back and forth between the blue and the red, then I was afraid that I would accidentally mess up my ink pads. It's hard to think and talk, or to create and talk at the same time. Do you have that problem? Oh my goodness. So now I'm going to come in with the blue again and just kind of fill in wherever I feel that I missed. I'll do a few last minute touches. And then I was so excited to find the Little Debbie's cookies that I put in here. The red, white, and blue cakes, that's what I put in. So my little bag is just, something I've had for a while. They're just cellophane bags, and they actually have like a gusseted bottom so they stand up. But I don't think that that's necessary. I mean, you know, just use whatever you've got, and then you just adjust the topper based on what, you know, what you've got. So let's go ahead, and I'm just gonna put a little adhesive on my number 4. You could go ahead and put the adhesive sheets, but I don't think it's necessary. The stickers, you know, as long as you're careful with your liquid glue so you don't get it all over. There we go, happy 4th. All right, now the little pinwheel. Okay, I should have done that beforehand. All right, so to make the little pinwheel, you're basically just going to fold the corners. Bring in my bone folder. You do want to try and get them pretty close to accurate. Fold them one way, then turn and fold it the other way. Now I did the first one on scrap before I did my actual final one, just, you know, because I wanted to practice. I keep my retired paper or paper maybe I don't like as much, and I use it for stuff like this. All right, and then if you feel like you're a really precise person, you can go ahead and mark this at about 1/4 inch. I don't normally do that, but you know, I know some people like to be real precise. So, and you actually, well, I would do it this side because you can cut it in half. So you can kind of mark it at 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch, excuse me. And then you're gonna cut from the point to that 1/2 inch mark, but you can just eyeball it. Okay. And then you're gonna turn and do the same thing. So again, if you want to mark it, go ahead and do that. And just cut from the point to about 1/2 inch. There you go. And then you can decide which side you want, inside or outside, either one. Let's see, the last time I did, because we're gonna bring these over. I did it that way, so let's do it this way this time. So I'm gonna put a little bit of glue. Well, first I'm gonna kind of burnish my edges a little bit, kind of soften up the paper just with my thumb to curl it a little bit. It'll make it a little bit easier to get a nice smooth curl like that. I'm gonna take a little bit of liquid glue. Let's see, I think I'll bring in my silicone mat so I don't get glue everywhere. I'm just gonna start at one side. I'm gonna put a little bit of glue on the end, and I'm crossing over. I'm staying, this is the center line, crossing over and going to about to that, where that point is. Kind of curling that up. Then turning this over, doing the same thing. Put a little bit of glue in the center, crossing that over, kind of trying to curl it a little bit. It does need to hold a little bit. I mean, you want to kind of hold it to get it, but it'll work. And there we go. Curl it again. Am I getting my head in the camera? There you go. We have our grandkids coming for 4th of July. Now, they won't eat these snack cakes, but their parents might. But I thought this would be kind of a fun thing for older kids and even adults, right? Okay, so now that's glued together. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, these are some retired punches, and I'm gonna use some of the real red. It's got a star. I think there's a new star punch coming in the fall catalog, but it's not available just yet. So I want to do a star, and then this is a 3/8 of an inch circle punch. probably not absolutely necessary, but I felt like I put it in the back and I felt like it helped I helped it twirl a little bit better. All right, so now I am going to bring in some pins. I have these straight pins, and I'm gonna just push a hole in the center of the pinwheel. All right, and then I'm gonna take my star. That's where the silicone mat works well, because you can kind of poke into it, or your Stampin' Pierce mat works too. And I am going to, I think I'm gonna go ahead, put a little bit of adhesive on the star. I don't really want to get it on the pin, but get it on the star, so it'll go all the way through. I'll just hold that down. But I want my pin to twirl. This one won't twirl a lot. If you're gonna use a, like put it in a pencil or something where you really want to get a big twirl, then you might want to wiggle your hole a little bit. And I'm gonna just, again, pierce my little circle. And this one I'm not gonna put any glue on. And then this, I am going to, here, I'll show you. See how I have it? I've got the little piece of tape there. I just put it through the front. I am kind of watching so that my happy doesn't get covered up, but I'm just gonna poke this through the front. And then you need a pair of pliers or something to bend your safety pin. So I've got this pair of needle nose pliers. Doesn't every craft room have a pair of needle nose pliers? And you can see I just turned it down. Now I do want, I don't know if you can see that, it's not super flat, like I've got a little bit of wiggle room there so that it can twirl. And then I just need a little piece of Scotch tape. There it is. And I'm just gonna tape that pin on the inside so that it stays in place. And there you go. That's that. And then these, I just put a little bit of the red and white filler. And aren't these cute? I don't know if you can see that. Those are the Little Debbie's. Here we go. Red, white, and blue cakes. This is not an ad for Little Debbie's, and I probably won't eat them, but I don't know. Now I've got a whole set in my craft room. So fortunately, we're going to make these at class, so hopefully everybody will take them away so I'm not tempted. And then I just folded over and stapled the top, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere this with, you could certainly staple it again. I would staple it way over to the side so you don't see it, or I'm just going to adhere it with a little bit of tape, a little double stick tape. So I hope you like my little craft kit today, my little 3D kind of favor. And if you like what you see, you can buy most of these items anyway in my online store. I'm Linda Edwards with Crafty Heron Designs, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I like to bring some fun things to you to help you unleash your inner creativity. I do have a newsletter that I share tutorials for different cards on a regular basis. If you're interested, go ahead and follow the links in my video below and sign up for my newsletter. And I can share future crafty tips and tricks with you on a regular basis. You also, if you like what you see, you can follow me on YouTube. Just click the thumbs up button. That helps other people to find me, and you can subscribe. So thanks again for spending a little time with me, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.